The year he came out, violence fractured his family. Liam was left with a deaf ear and a lame leg. Caleb wiped away his tears. He promised they would be together through life and death. So Liam followed him west, leaving everything behind. They endured immense hardship together. 6 years after Caleb found success, he grew tired. He found Liam old and his body broken. He asked for a separation. Liam packed his bags again, a familiar ritual. With age and wealth, Caleb had changed. The gentle man was gone, replaced by a stranger. He was always busy with work dinners and business trips. Weeks would pass with no calls or messages. This silence became their new normal. Caleb came home sometimes, but never saw the packed bags. Liam knew the end was inevitable. There was no room for negotiation. So when Caleb finally called to say it was over, Liam just nodded calmly into the phone. He said okay. He put down his phone and left his key. He dragged his remaining luggage toward a new life. He had no home left in the Midwest. After he came out, his quiet mother stared at him. Her eyes were bloodshot and exhausted. She cried for hours. Then she took his younger brother and left. His stern, angry father had picked up a chair. He beat Liam until he was covered in blood. Without proper medical care, his hearing was lost. His walk was permanently altered. It was Caleb who had saved him. He knocked out his own drunken, abusive father. He stole money and ran to find Liam. Caleb held him, crying, repeating he was sorry. So Liam went with him to the unfamiliar West Coast. Their first night off the bus, they were lost. They couldn't find the cheap motel they had booked. They spent the night on a park bench by the river. The next day, they found a room for $15 a night. Before they could even rest, Caleb went out. He searched for 2 days for an apartment. Even the cheapest place cost all the money they had. Caleb sat by the motel window in silence. After a few minutes, he decided to rent it. They were lucky. The kind landlord helped Caleb find a job. It was manual labor, moving furniture and boxes. The pay was low, but it gave them a home. The rental was in an old, decaying neighborhood. It was a ground floor unit, damp and dark. There were few windows for ventilation. Even after cleaning, a musty smell lingered. Opening the windows invited cockroaches from the drains. Caleb found some wire mesh to nail over the openings. This small fix helped a little, but poverty presented endless problems. Summer arrived with oppressive heat. The old ceiling fan in the living room spun slowly. It showered the clean floor with a layer of dust. Caleb just laughed and brushed the dirt from his shirt. He promised he would take care of it. Liam nodded and went to wash their clothes by hand. Caleb climbed onto a chair balanced on a table. He cleaned the fan blades while they talked. He spoke of their future plans. He told Liam he would give him the best life possible. Liam just said okay. The living room became bearable during the day. But the bedroom, with no window, was suffocatingly hot. Most nights they slept on the cool tile of the utility room. Caleb would fan Liam with a large paper fan. The next day, he bought a small fan with his advanced pay. They ate cold watermelon in front of the noisy machine. They laughed about their past misfortunes. Sunlight streamed through the window. It illuminated the hope on Caleb's smiling face. Liam thought they would have forever. He did not know that money could build walls. Liam returned to the small apartment he had bought 2 years prior. It was a simple 2-bedroom place with simple furniture. Sunlight touched every corner. The air was fresh, free of mold or expensive cologne. He took a shower after dropping his suitcase. He noticed several missed calls on his phone. They were all from Caleb. Felt strange. Besides the breakup call, Caleb hadn't called him in years. As he stood there, the phone vibrated again. He answered the call. A man's impatient voice filled the quiet room. He demanded to know where Liam was. Liam replied that he was home. Caleb seemed to laugh on the other end of the line. His voice turned sharp and cruel. He reminded Liam that his parents had thrown him out. They had taken his brother and moved abroad. He asked what home Liam could possibly have. Liam stared blankly at the windowsill. He was a child left behind with his grandmother. His parents brought him to the city at 12. That was when he learned he had a younger brother. They had no real affection for their forgotten son. But a child is born to love their parents. He loved them and craved their love in return. His top grades in the village meant nothing in the city. He struggled with English and pop culture. His younger brother would explain expensive new toys to him. Liam never understood. He remembered his grandmother saying $100 was a fortune. He wondered how much his brother's toys cost. He wondered why his parents preached frugality only to him. His brother was never told to be thrifty. They praised Liam for being the frugal one. His confusion grew, and he became more silent. They showed their favoritism openly. Yet they complained to others about their guilt over him. When he finally broke down, he was blamed. He learned that adults could be deeply cruel. They wanted to crush his spirit. They wanted to make him their compliant servant. Caleb knew all of this. Now he used these painful memories as a weapon. Liam didn't feel pain, only disgust. He wondered if Caleb needed this ugliness to feel justified. Caleb did not call again after that. Liam settled into a quiet life. His leg made it difficult to get around. He only went out to take out the trash. A middle-aged man from the local market delivered his groceries. One day, the delivery person changed. A young man stood at his door. He spoke perfect, unaccented English. He apologized for being late with a sheepish grin. His uncle had taken a fall recently. The young man, Ethan, was filling in for him. He had gotten lost looking for the apartment. It was a sincere apology. Liam shook his head, indicating it was fine. The next delivery included a few extra eggplants. Liam tried to pay the owner, but he refused. He did not want to take advantage of the gesture. Deciding he needed to get out, he went to the market himself. The next morning, he ran into Ethan in the complex. Ethan saw him and jogged over with a bright smile. He wished Liam a good morning. He commented that it was a lovely day for a walk. His speech was clearer than their first meeting. Liam could understand every word perfectly. He returned the greeting. He explained he was buying meat and taking a walk. Ethan smiled and said the meat at the East Market was fresh. Liam nodded, preparing to leave. He noticed Ethan was following him. He asked if he needed something. Ethan shook his head, his eyes crinkling. He asked if he could walk with him. He said walking alone could be lonely. Liam found he could not refuse that earnest face. So they went to the market together. They walked back to the complex together. He learned that Ethan was 20 years old. He was a student at the local university. His parents worked out of town. He helped his uncle at the shop in his spare time. As they parted, Ethan's smile was wide. He asked if they could walk together again in 2 days. Again, Liam did not refuse. He enjoyed the company of bright, energetic people. Ethan was like a sunflower, full of life. He did not mind Liam's slow pace. He patiently repeated himself when Liam couldn't hear. They found they had plenty to talk about. Liam thought they could become friends. Over the next few months, they walked together often. Sometimes they would go to the nearby food cart pod. It was hard to believe, but Liam had barely eaten local food. In his first year with Caleb, money was tight. Their meals were instant noodles or homemade bread. A neighbor sometimes gave them pickled vegetables. Later, when they had savings, Caleb wanted to start a business. They had to be even more frugal. A special meal was a fish someone gave them for free. or maybe half of a rotisserie chicken. Caleb did hard labor and needed to eat well. Liam's mind was always on buying more food for him. He never thought about trying local specialties. Years later, Caleb's business took off. He was always running between meetings. He had seen too many expensive meals. Cheap street food no longer appealed to him. Whenever Liam suggested it, Caleb would dismiss the idea. Without Caleb, Liam had little interest in eating out. Now the food tasted good. The spiciness made his nose run and his stomach ache. Ethan handed him a bottle of water. He asked if Liam didn't handle spice well. Liam shook his head and took a sip of water. He continued to eat his food. Ethan watched him for a moment. He then asked if Liam drank alcohol. Liam said he did not. Ethan asked if he wanted to try. Liam said no. Ethan suggested they go for a walk by the river. Liam hesitated for a moment. Ethan gently took his wrist and led him away. They walked toward the riverbank. The river breeze cooled his warm face. His heart began to calm. He grew tired and sat on a stone bench. Ethan sat down close beside him. They sat in silence for a long time. When Liam stood up to leave, Ethan spoke. He looked up at Liam. He said it was okay to talk if he was unhappy. The words reminded Liam of his childhood. His brother's birthday cake had been enormous. Liam's own birthday was a few days later. He hoped for a similar surprise. His parents said they should celebrate together. He was happy, thinking half the cake was his. But only his brother's name was on it. There was only one birthday hat. They told him to let his little brother have it. He was the older one, after all. He had asked why there couldn't be two hats. They just stared at him in silence. That day, he learned to stop arguing. He learned that his feelings did not matter. Not even to his own family. Caleb had used his pain as a weapon. Ethan's kindness now felt like a threat. He told Ethan he was fine. He claimed he had just choked on his food. He put his hands in his pockets, a defensive gesture. He said it was getting late and turned to leave. He walked away quickly, almost running. He left Ethan far behind him. When he reached the gate of his community, he looked back. He saw an unexpected figure in the distance. Caleb was standing under a streetlight, smoking. His face was uncharacteristically patient. Their eyes met. Liam felt no strong emotion. He did not want to speak to him. He certainly did not want to argue in public. He walked into the complex. Caleb followed him up to his apartment. He sat in the living room and continued to smoke. Liam didn't say anything. He opened a window for ventilation. He pushed a trash can toward Caleb's feet. Caleb finally spoke his name. His voice was laced with exhaustion. Liam didn't respond. He asked what Caleb wanted. Caleb told him to delete everything. Every photo, every chat history. He wanted no backups left behind. He also wanted any data from his old computer. Liam frowned. Caleb sneered, his eyes cold. He said people change. He said Liam should know that better than anyone. He didn't want Liam holding anything against him. Liam looked into those once gentle eyes. He asked a question that had long haunted him. Did Caleb remember the Liam from 10 years ago? Caleb paused for a long time. Perhaps he could not remember. That Liam had been frail. He had taken punches for Caleb from his father. He had come out for Caleb. He had been beaten and crippled for it. He had followed Caleb to a strange city. He had helped him build a life from nothing. He had even sold his own blood to pay Caleb's debts. And for what? The scars Caleb once cried over were now called foolish. Their shared struggle was an embarrassing memory. His failing health was a burden to Caleb. It was as if twisting the past made the betrayal easier. But Liam knew he had done nothing wrong. He never demanded anything for his sacrifices. He never used their past to gain anything. Why had he become so loathsome in Caleb's eyes? The question seemed difficult for Caleb. His lips moved, but no words came out. Suddenly, Liam felt it didn't matter. Expecting remorse from a heartless man was foolish. He told Caleb he didn't have the old computer. He said he never made backups. The photos were already gone. As for their chat history, Caleb knew it was mostly empty. Caleb seemed skeptical. He went to the balcony to make a long phone call. Liam placed his own phone on the coffee table. He went to the kitchen to prepare food for the next morning. He had a routine. Caleb's presence would not change it. As he was mixing ground lamb, Caleb hugged him from behind. It was an old trick of his. It used to be comforting. Now it was just repulsive. Liam hated how well he knew this man. He told Caleb not to touch him. He put down his chopsticks and jabbed his elbow back hard. Liam was not a violent person, but Caleb deserved that. The bowl on the counter was suddenly shattered on the floor. Caleb had thrown it in a rage. He yelled about not being able to hold him. He screamed about their history together. In that moment, Liam's reason shattered. He faced Caleb, his eyes filled with rage. He unleashed years of pain and hatred. He screamed that they were broken up. He reminded Caleb of all the times he'd been rejected. When he wanted a hug, Caleb was always too busy. When they were in bed, Caleb complained. He said Liam was no longer young or strong enough. He had let Caleb in only to avoid a public scene. His dignity was already in tatters because of him. He asked if Caleb had ever thought of him when he was out having fun with other people. He had protected Caleb since they were children. He had been beaten for him, hospitalized for him. He begged his family for money for Caleb's fever. He worked sick to support Caleb for 2 months. He held Caleb while his father tried to break down the door. He came out for him, became disabled for him. He asked what more he could have done. And yet Caleb, of all people, complained. He said Caleb was no better than an animal. He wasn't hoping for a reconciliation. He just wanted Caleb to know the depth of his betrayal. He wanted Caleb to understand why he was hated. He told him to check his phone and get out. After the last word, he found himself shaking uncontrollably. His expression must have been terrifying. Caleb stared at him, stunned. Liam had only seen that look on a much younger Caleb. He had always softened at that look. He had always pulled him into a comforting embrace. Not this time. He gave Caleb 5 minutes. He turned and began cleaning up the broken bowl. By the time he finished, Caleb was gone. The phone on the table was untouched. The room smelled of stale smoke. He put the meat in the fridge. He pulled a case of beer from a closet. He had lied to Ethan. He did drink. He started after seeing a video of Caleb mocking him. He had ended up in the hospital for days. After that, he drank to forget. He drank to forget the broken promises. He drank to forget the casual cruelty. He drank to escape the man he had become. Only when drunk could he find a moment of peace. He woke up the next evening. He was lying on the cold floor. His head throbbed, and his stomach churned. He rushed to the bathroom and was violently ill. He washed his face, trying to clear his head. His phone had been vibrating by the front door. The noise was irritating. He saw the call was from Ethan. His annoyance softened. He hesitated, then answered. As he said hello, he heard Ethan's worried voice. Ethan asked if he had been home. He had knocked 3 times with no answer. He had been very worried. Liam struggled to understand the last few words. A strange bitterness filled his chest. He said he was fine, just sleeping. As he spoke, he heard another knock at the door. He told Ethan to go home. He said the house was a mess. The knocking stopped. Ethan hung up the phone. A moment later, he received a text message. It was from Ethan. It said he had left soup and broth at the door. Said Liam had to eat something. Liam read the words over and over. He felt a burning sensation in his stomach. He trembled as he got up and opened the door. Ethan was standing there holding 2 containers. The relief in his eyes was replaced by concern. He quickly moved to support Liam's unsteady body. Liam waved him off, saying he could stand. Ethan frowned and stepped inside. It was too late to refuse him now. He led Ethan into the living room. The lingering smell of alcohol made him feel ashamed. He had been caught in a lie. Ethan didn't mention it. He placed the containers on the table and went to the kitchen. He told Liam to rest while he got a bowl. Liam watched him go, feeling dazed. Ethan called his name several times. He finally heard him when Ethan was in front of him. He held a bowl and chopsticks. He asked if Liam had a small spoon. Liam said no. Ethan placed a bowl of soup in front of him. He poured the broth into another bowl to cool. He offered to go to his apartment to get a spoon. Liam shook his head. He said he wasn't in a hurry. Ethan asked if he wasn't eating. Ethan said he had already eaten. He sat and watched Liam. The silence was awkward. Liam looked away and took a sip of the soup. It was delicious. It tasted like pork broth with a fresh herbal note. Ethan asked if it was good. Liam said it was. Ethan's serious expression softened. He explained he had added homemade meatballs and fresh herbs. Liam looked up and praised his cooking. Ethan mumbled a thank you. He fidgeted with his fingers, a nervous habit. Liam recognized the gesture. He knew it was because of him. He put down the bowl. He apologized for lying about drinking. He apologized for leaving so abruptly. He thanked Ethan for the food. He felt he owed him an explanation for his mood. Ethan interrupted him. He asked if Liam thought he was angry. Ethan looked directly at him. He tried to appear more mature than he was. Liam nodded. Ethan said he wasn't angry about small things. He said he was just worried. He took a small, faded photo from his phone case. The face was familiar. It was Liam in high school. The photo was cut from a yearbook. He didn't look happy. He had been thin and sullen back then. But Ethan seemed to treasure the image. He told Liam directly that he liked him. He said he liked him very much. Liam's mind reeled. He couldn't process the words. He felt a mix of shock and fear. To have a connection with someone so much younger. To have it suddenly turn into a confession. It was unsettling. Ethan saw his reaction and hurried to explain. He said he wasn't a stalker. He said his older brother's name was Hayes. The familiar name calmed Liam slightly. Hayes had been a friend in high school. He had been kind to Liam when others were not. He had bought all of Liam's poems and stories. That money had helped buy food when Caleb was injured. But Liam never knew Hayes had a brother. Ethan explained they were half-brothers. He said he had read Liam's writing in middle school. He had admired him greatly. He knew some of what Liam had been through. He admitted he had wanted to get closer to him. He insisted he had no ill intentions. He said he was truly happy when he recognized him. Ethan's long explanation left Liam silent. He didn't know how to respond. He was emotionally exhausted. After a long pause, Ethan stood up to leave. Liam started to get up to see him out. Ethan rushed back to him. His face was red, and his eyes were full of tears. He said he wasn't a frivolous person. He said he knew what he felt was real. He just wanted a chance. Liam's greatest weakness was his compassion. He couldn't bear to see someone cry. He handed Ethan a tissue to wipe his tears. He asked him to calm down. Ethan asked again for a chance. Liam looked into his hopeful eyes and sighed. Young love was always so impatient. Ethan had used maturity to get close. But at the first sign of rejection, the child emerged. He used tears to appeal to an older person's sympathy. Liam had fallen for that once before. He had nothing left to give. He told Ethan he was grateful for his admiration. He was grateful that his words had touched him. But he was no longer young. He had no courage left to risk more pain. He told Ethan his future was full of possibilities. He would meet many other people. Finally, he called himself a failure. He hoped Ethan would find someone for a lifetime. The long speech drained him of all his energy. It seemed to crush Ethan completely. He patted the young man's shoulder. He thanked him again for the soup. He promised to return the containers. That night, Ethan left in tears. Liam sat at the table for a long time. He booked a flight to another city. He couldn't reach Ethan to return the containers. He left them at his uncle's shop. The uncle told him Ethan had gone back to school. He also learned more about Ethan's family. His parents had died in an accident. He had lived alone for a long time. The uncle said Ethan was a good kid but had no friends. He said Ethan waited for Liam every evening. He suggested they visit a historic town together. Liam stood there, his mind a blank. The situation felt like a cruel joke. He made an excuse and left. Back in his apartment, the leftover soup was in the fridge. He felt a dull ache in his chest. Ethan never replied to his messages. He couldn't go looking for him at the university. The day before his flight, he left $1,000. He gave it to Ethan's uncle as a supposed debt. Then he checked into a hotel near the airport. A call came from an unknown number. He answered. It was Caleb's voice again. He sounded like he had been drinking. He asked where Liam was going. Liam was tired of talking. He hung up. Before he could block the number, a text arrived. Caleb wrote that he had not cheated. He apologized for what happened. Liam had received many similar texts. He now understood Caleb's distorted logic. Kissing and hugging weren't cheating. Only sex counted. He had just been playing a part with his business partners. It was all just part of the game. Liam laughed out loud. He couldn't believe someone could be so morally bankrupt. After arriving in the new city, he changed his number. The old phone was locked away in a box. He began a new life. He often took walks. He sometimes thought of Ethan's sad eyes. It felt like a small, sharp stone lodged in his heart. He told himself it was just misplaced pity. To distract himself, he started to paint. He went hiking in the nearby mountains. He thought his life would continue in this quiet way. Then, one afternoon, someone knocked on his door. He opened it without thinking. It was not a stranger. It was Ethan. Before Liam could react, Ethan threw his arms around him. He held him so tightly it hurt. Liam managed to close the door with his foot. He asked Ethan to let go. He could feel Ethan's body trembling. He remembered the uncle's words. He remembered Ethan's tear-filled eyes. He sighed. His hand, which had been pushing Ethan away, softened. He patted his back gently. He asked if he was tired. He told him to let go so he could get him some water. Ethan slowly released his grip. In the past year, he had grown taller. His face was less boyish, more defined. He no longer cried to get his way. He just sat quietly on the sofa. He watched Liam with tired, bloodshot eyes. But Liam had overestimated his change. When Liam handed him a glass of water, Ethan grabbed his wrist. Tears fell from his eyes. He choked out that he was sorry. He said he lost his phone during the busy start of term. By the time he got home, Liam was gone. Liam nodded, saying it was okay. Ethan insisted it was not okay. He couldn't contact him. He finally found him through a friend's hiking photos. He buried his face against Liam's chest. He whispered that he had missed him so much. Liam gently pulled him away. He explained he had changed his number for personal reasons. He said he thought no contact was for the best. Ethan shook his head fiercely. Liam knew arguing was pointless. He went to the kitchen to cook for him. After they ate, he tried to send Ethan on his way. Ethan refused to leave. He was certain Liam would disappear again. He was right. Liam wouldn't leave the city, but he would find a new apartment. Ethan saw the look on his face. He grabbed Liam's hand, his eyes red. He begged him not to go. He asked if they could be like they were before. He said Liam must like him a little. Otherwise, he wouldn't care if he cried. Liam paused. He looked into Ethan's eyes, and finally he gave in. He told him there were 2 empty rooms. Ethan was overjoyed. He chose a room. Then he insisted they go shopping for household items. He had only brought his wallet and his phone. Liam said he could only stay for a week. But Ethan bought many things anyway. By the time they got home, it was time for dinner. Ethan insisted on cooking. Liam gave up and sat down with his tablet to draw. He couldn't seem to start the drawing. Ethan came out of the kitchen smelling of food. He asked if Liam wanted to draw him. He struck a dramatic pose. Liam looked at him and laughed. Ethan asked what was funny. Liam teased him about painting peaches on his cheeks. Ethan's eyes widened. Liam said he was just kidding. He went to the kitchen. Ethan had cooked a huge meal for the 2 of them. He stood at the door watching Liam. He promised to take good care of him. He said it with the gravity of a grown man. Liam looked down, suddenly flustered. He realized he was still the same person. He still craved affection and companionship. He wanted a home that wasn't empty. He was ashamed to admit it. But knowing someone liked him, all of him, was powerful. After dinner, he suggested they go out. He took Ethan along the streets he usually walked alone. They sat on a park bench, feeling the cool river breeze. His mind was a mess. He asked Ethan if he was getting old. He asked if a half-deaf, lame man was a burden. Ethan shook his head. He spoke slowly and clearly. He said he did not care about those things. He said that age strips away youth, but it also lessens pain. He told Liam he was still peaceful and beautiful. He said one day he would have white hair, but Ethan would no longer be young either. He promised to write if Liam couldn't hear. He promised to carry him if he couldn't walk. Liam looked at Ethan, a sharp pain in his chest. He whispered Ethan's name. Ethan said he was there. Liam apologized. Ethan smiled. He told Liam he had nothing to be sorry for. He said Liam's choices had been right for him at the time. He told him not to blame himself. Liam reached out and took Ethan's hand. Ethan's body tensed. Then he squeezed back. The setting sun cast a golden glow over the water. Ethan suggested they go home. Liam agreed. They started living together officially. When Ethan was busy at school, he called every night. If Liam missed the call, Ethan sent long messages. He would detail his entire day. On holidays, they traveled. But mostly they stayed home, watching movies and reading. Then came their first New Year's Eve together. Liam had always disliked the holiday. For him, it had always been cold and lonely. With his grandmother, the village was festive. But their small house was always quiet. His last New Year's with her, she was very sick. She told him to go outside and watch the fireworks. He went out for only a few minutes. He wondered why his parents hadn't come home. When he went back inside, she was gone. Later, living with his parents, the city was loud. They always left him alone to visit his grandfather. He would eat leftovers from the fridge. He listened to the fireworks, thinking of his grandmother. With Caleb, they had ignored the holiday by mutual consent. But Ethan was excited. He planned the menu weeks in advance. He bought decorations. They went shopping together. The streets were crowded. Ethan wore a bright red jacket. He held Liam's hand tightly. He didn't care about the curious stares. He smiled so widely his teeth showed. Liam felt like he was finally stepping into the sun. He held that warm hand tightly. On New Year's Eve, Ethan woke up early. He hung small red lanterns all over the apartment. Liam woke up to his smiling face. Ethan was waiting for him to help put up couplets. Liam got up to wash his face. Ethan followed him, just smiling. Liam asked why he was smiling so much. Ethan said thinking about their new year made him happy. Liam teased him for being like a child. Ethan had been too excited to sleep much. He just laughed and hugged Liam. Ethan was tall enough to hang the paper couplets easily. Liam just had to hand them to him. After they were done, Ethan jumped down. He suggested they take a picture. Liam hadn't taken a photo in years. He felt awkward and stiff in front of the camera. Ethan suddenly pulled him close, cheek to cheek. Liam smiled instinctively and held his hand. That became their first photograph together. After dinner, Ethan practiced his drawing. Liam saw him at the table sketching his name. He had tried to learn calligraphy for the couplets, but he had given up. Now he was determined to at least get the characters right. Liam smiled and poured him a glass of water. Ethan took a sip. He mentioned that someone had called for Liam. The number was familiar. It was a mutual friend of his and Caleb's. The friend who had sent him the video. Liam felt he owed him a call back. The friend answered immediately. He wished Liam a happy New Year's Eve. Then he hesitated for a long time. Finally, he said that Caleb was sick. He asked if Liam would come to see him. Liam was stunned for a moment. He asked if it was serious. The friend said yes. Liam looked down. He interrupted gently. He said he knew, but it had nothing to do with him. He said he wasn't the cause of it. Caleb's lifestyle had made this inevitable. His words seemed to anger the friend. Liam heard something crash on the other end. He remained calm. He said it didn't matter who initiated the call. This would be the last time they spoke. As he finished, Ethan wrapped his arms around him. He wished him a happy new year. The clock in the living room struck midnight. Liam smiled and hung up the phone. He hugged Ethan tightly. A sudden breeze blew into the room. It scattered Ethan's drawings. He bent to pick them up. Among the blank sheets were two finished pieces. One had Liam's name perfectly drawn. The other said, "Happy New Year."